The shadow people theory has long intrigued and frightened those who experience or explore the phenomenon. Shadow people are said to be dark, shadowy figures that some individuals see fleetingly out of the corner of their eye, while others report direct encounters. These entities often appear as human-like shapes, but without discernible facial features or detail. Typically, they are perceived as solid black silhouettes, sometimes with red or glowing eyes. They are most often seen at night or in dimly lit places, often giving the viewer a sense of being watched or followed, filling the air with an unshakable feeling of dread. While many dismiss these sightings as tricks of the mind or optical illusions caused by shadows and light, others believe shadow people are real entity, possibly interdimensional beings, ghosts, or even demonic creatures. One of the most unsettling aspects of shadow people is their unpredictability. While some individuals report only seeing them in passing, others claim more malevolent encounters, where the shadow person seems to exhibit intentional behavior, such as moving closer or trying to interact. In some stories, they have been said to stand at the foot of a person's bed or lean over them while they sleep, causing intense feelings of terror and paralysis, often compared to sleep paralysis. Those who believe in the paranormal often see shadow people as something more sinister than traditional ghost sightings, due to their appearance and the dark energy they are believed to carry. Various theories attempt to explain the nature and origin of shadow people, with one of the most prevalent being the idea that they are interdimensional beings. This theory suggests that shadow people are inhabitants of a parallel universe or another dimension, and that occasionally the veil between our world and theirs becomes thin, allowing them to slip through into our reality. According to this idea, shadow people exist in a plane of existence separate from ours, and when we catch a glimpse of them, we are seeing a being from a world beyond our understanding. Some even believe that these entities are explorers or inhabitants of other dimensions, observing us much like we might observe wildlife, but without fully interacting with our reality. However, because they are not from our dimension, their very presence might disturb the energy in a space, leading to feelings of fear or unease. Another theory is that shadow people are a form of supernatural or demonic entity, creatures that thrive on fear and negative emotions. In this view, these beings deliberately attempt to scare or harass those who see them, feeding off the fear they generate. This idea ties into the feeling many report when encountering shadow people: overwhelming dread, terror, and sometimes even a sense of malice. Some religious interpretations suggest that shadow people could be manifestations of demons or evil spirits sent to torment individuals or weaken their resolve by inducing fear. This theory aligns with stories of shadow people appearing in moments of personal crisis, emotional vulnerability, or spiritual doubt, as though the entities are drawn to negative energy. On the other hand, some argue that shadow people are simply ghosts or spirits, though different in form from typical apparitions. They may be trapped souls, unable to fully manifest in our world, which is why they appear as mere shadows. In this interpretation, shadow people are not necessarily malevolent, but they are unsettling due to their incomplete or distorted presence. The lack of facial features or clear identity may reflect their status as lost or confused souls, unable to cross over fully to the afterlife. A variation on this theme suggests that shadow people are residual energies, remnants of strong emotional or traumatic events that have imprinted themselves on a location. These energies might appear as shadows due to their incomplete nature, replaying the emotions or actions of the past without awareness or intent. However, beyond paranormal explanations, some suggest that shadow people are nothing more than figments of the mind. Sleep paralysis, for example, is a well-documented phenomenon where individuals wake up and are temporarily unable to move, often accompanied by hallucinations of dark figures looming over them. These hallucinations can feel very real, and it is not uncommon for people experiencing sleep paralysis to report seeing shadowy figures standing at the foot of their bed. Neurologists suggest that these visions may be caused by a disruption in the brain's ability to transition between sleep and wakefulness, which can cause vivid and terrifying imagery. Likewise, pareidolia, a psychological tendency to see familiar patterns, such as human faces or figures, in random stimuli, could explain why some people see shadow people. Dim lighting and irregular shadows may trick the brain into interpreting them as humanoid forms, especially if the viewer is already on edge or fearful. Additionally, certain psychological conditions, such as anxiety, stress, or even schizophrenia, may contribute to the perception of shadow people. Those who are highly stressed or anxious are often hypervigilant, and their heightened state of awareness may make them more likely to misinterpret shadows or fleeting movements as something threatening. In this sense, shadow people might not be external entities at all, but rather manifestations of the brain's fears and anxieties. Whether shadow people are real, otherworldly beings, or merely tricks of the mind, their presence in folklore and personal experiences around the world has cemented them as one of the most eerie and unsettling supernatural phenomena. The fact that people from different cultures and backgrounds have reported similar sightings lends an air of mystery to the phenomenon, leaving room for both scientific and paranormal explanations. For believers, the The shadow people represent a chilling reminder that there may be more to reality than meets the eye, and that unseen entities could be watching from the darkness, waiting for the right moment to make their presence known.